Almost 1.5 million Americans die each year from heart and lung disease. Usually by the time symptoms show up, it's too late. It can't be said enough, early diagnosis saves lives. Advanced Body Scan goes a step further in that process by taking a look inside your body to catch health issues before you even know there's a problem. Steve Marler explains how it works, and Dr. Larry Lovelace shares his own personal experience. All right, Steve, I have a couple of friends who actually had heart attacks, and both of them said their first symptom that they were going to have a heart attack was the heart attack itself. A scan like this could have given them fair warning.
The heart doesn't have a check engine light, and heart disease is a long-term progressive disease that develops over a period of time. And many times these symptoms don't appear until it's too late. We can detect those early signs of heart disease with our technology.
Not only heart disease, but lung issues that might be happening, aneurysms, kidney issues. You can look throughout the body from head to toe and pinpoint all kinds of problems.
That's correct. The heart and lung scan detects the two major killers, heart disease and lung cancer. Actually, heart disease and lung cancer kill more people than all other diseases combined. And both of those diseases have telltale signs before symptoms usually appear. Our goal, and it has been for over 10 years, is to detect these signs of these diseases at early stages. But we also have other products that we do preventive type scans, and we see many, many other issues from kidney stones on up. It's just amazing what
it literally could save your life. All right, Dr. Lovelace, you are an ER doctor, and unfortunately, what brings a lot of us to the doctors is when we're uncomfortable, as opposed to going in for our preventive care. What brought you in to take a scan?
Well, it actually started with my sister. My sister was having difficulties in seeing her doctor and was not able to get a CAT scan. Her doctor said, basically, you're not a candidate. You're too young. There's probably nothing going on. Eventually, she changed insurance providers, had to change doctors, get a new provider and a new network. And the new doctor said, well, let's get a CAT scan. She turned out to have a kidney cancer, and that totally changed her life. She's now cancer-free, but it got me thinking, why is it that people have to jump through such hoops to get a CAT scan to figure out what's going on? Like Steve said, there's not a check engine light, but some people they want to know. They want to know what's going on. I was still stubborn, and I didn't want to pay my hard-earned money to go in and get a scan and spend the whole day and get an IV and get undressed in front of a bunch of people. So I didn't want to do it, but I got it as a gift. My son actually bought me a gift as a scan, and what a great gift. It kind of forced me to do it, and it's not anything like what I thought it was. It's 5 minutes at best. You don't have to get undressed. There's no needles, and it certainly provides either peace of mind knowing that everything's all right, or it alerts you that there's a red flag that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah, what were some of the things that you didn't know was going on because you didn't feel the symptoms, but you have to pay attention to?
Yeah, in my career, I've seen thousands of patients with heart attack, and they present either with the classic chest pain, shortness of breath, nausea, breaking out into a sweat, or just vague jaw pain or shoulder pain, or they just show up dead. And I've seen the devastation that it causes families, and I feel like there's more we can do. We should be able to impact these families that are being so devastated by heart disease.
Yeah. And then, of course, when you have that clean bill of health, there's that peace of mind, which is priceless. All right, Steve, explain to us how it works.
This CT scan itself is probably one of the easiest medical tests you'll ever take. As Dr. Lovelace said, you come in dressed as you are. There's no prep. There's no needles, there's no dyes. You get on the table, you go in and out of the large opening in the machine, so there's no claustrophobia, and it just takes a few minutes and you're done. And you get up and you're out the door. So it's very simple. And I'd like to also point out one of the things that Dr. Lovelace spoke about just now is something that we don't talk about enough, and that is part of the problem with these early detection of diseases is the getting into our medical system is very difficult. And if you don't have a symptom, it's very difficult to get in to see a doctor, let alone to get a sophisticated scan like we offer. So we give you that information from this preventive screening that you need. If there's findings, we can get you in to see a medical professional very quickly.
Yeah, he mentioned the whole thing about, the inconvenience. There is no inconvenience here. You're right. It was so easy. I did it, literally laid down for a few seconds, and then you were able to get that snapshot. And then, a few days later, I got my information, and it was plainly spelled out things that may be of concern or not. And it was just so nice to have that so that you can take next steps if necessary.
Yes, ma'am. Every scan is read by our board certified staff radiologist. You will get not only a calcium score that shows the calcium load if there's any in your vessels around your heart, but you'll also get a complete report that details any findings that are there. And of course, you can talk to one of our medical providers, but we also highly recommend that you send this information to your medical doctor as well, and we can provide the process for doing that very simply.
This to me is the modern day physical, because I know in years past I've gone in for a physical and I was asked, how do you feel? And it's like, oh, feel good. Okay, let's take your blood pressure. And that was about it. And of course, Dr. Lovelace, as an ER doctor, as you said, oftentimes people, if you ask them an hour before or the day before, how do you feel? They could say fine, but then present the next day with a heart attack. So this is a great way to get that peace of mind and be proactive in your health.
This is a great way.
Any type of preventive healthcare is great, but we have sophisticated technology and the access to it that can find things at early stages. And we've had thousands of stories of success.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because I took my paperwork into my doctor and said, and by the way, here's a look on the inside. All right, gentlemen, thank you.